Okay, when I'm speaking to you guys about my journey, I pray that the words that come out of my mouth echoes love, and it's all in love. It's all in, testimony. They say testimonies are right, but you got to live the life. Well, I'm telling you about the life that I lived, and now it's become a testimony. Whether, I'm not perfect, and I tell everybody that all the time, and I do wrong. I mean, it is what it is. That's why I talk to people about repenting and just being real. I just pray that whatever comes out of my mouth, they echo love and people understand, and I'm not throwing salt at nobody. I'm just telling about life experience. I pray my actions reflect grace for whoever run across me. They feel the grace and mercy that God has stored upon me, and it brings peace to you. I pray these words bring peace. I pray some of my testimony, some of the things that I talk to you about brings peace and, understanding, because somebody could be going through the same thing and they feel like they're alone. And sometimes it's best to let people know that you're not alone. Okay. I love singing, and I can't sing, but it doesn't matter. I like singing. I think that's a little bit of my ADHD, or that's the 70s and I don't know about the 80s babies, but I'm a 70s babies. But I know in the 70s babies that I know, they memorize these songs. We had to remember them then. But like I said, anybody come across my path in my journey, I hopefully it'll be peace, and they can feel the warmth and the spirit of God within me. But again, like I said, I'm not perfect. I just pray that you can see God's through my reflections and not perfections, because I'm not perfect, and yes, I do wrong, but through my compassion, my faith, my belief, the strength, my heart, because my heart is pure. Me trusting God, just being faithful and trying to be a good person to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be a better person. Every day is a new day to be better than you were the day before. So that's it. I'm just striving. I'm just here. Some people may not feel that they don't know their calling. I feel like it's testimony. Um, my nana, she says it's teaching, but it might be teaching. Some people say I have gifts, but like they said, the gifts and callings come without repentance. And I don't know. I don't mind. I just speak to people, and like I said, my life's a living testimony. I could have been dead and gone, but God kept me here. So, that's all I wanted to say to you guys. Like I said, I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not saying I'm religious, saved, and all this. I'm saying how I feel in my life and things that move me in my life. So, you guys have a good day. Okay.